Hey guys, welcome back to Bible 101. I'm Josh Adrianson, also known as Tito. Thank you for joining me again. I hope you've enjoyed the videos that I've been making so far, and I hope that you've been looking into the evidence that I have mentioned. I don't want you to take just my word for it. I also want you to look into it yourself, do some serious research yourself, and please consider, if you are not a Christian believer, please consider the evidence and just look into it as a detective does and see where the evidence takes you. One of the things that skeptics use a lot is the fact that there is belief that Jesus Christ and the resurrection and the virgin birth and all of that was just stolen from other ancient myths. Now, it could be possible, I'm not going to deny that, it could be possible unless you consider this evidence that I'm about to mention. One of the things about it is that by scholars themselves, this is by the major scholars around the world, they have discovered that most of the myths that have talked about a virgin birth and a resurrected being of some sort. As a matter of fact, there's some people that said Alexander the Great had a virgin birth. The problem about these claims is that there is no documentation whatsoever accurate enough or old enough to the time of that person's life that can be considered as trustworthy or can be considered as evidence of the existence of such things. Unfortunately, the writings of these religions, these mythical religions that talk about these virgin births and all of these resurrected beings, none of them are first source material. None of them are eyewitness reports. There is no such thing as any document that actually proclaims that they were there and saw these things, or proclaims that they were written within a small time frame of after the facts. Like I mentioned earlier, some people, scholars want to proclaim that the Bible, the life of Jesus, is not trustworthy because the Gospels were written within a 30-year period. But they do want to consider the fact that there is religious writings that were written about 300 or 400 years, maybe even more, some of them even more than that, after the supposed fact, and they want to consider those as trustworthy. Now, they want to use those also as evidence to show that Christianity stole from these religions. Now, that's the one thing. The second thing that also refutes those claims is that all of these ancient writings of other religions, the ones that actually claim a resurrection and a virgin birth, they were all written 100 years after Christianity was born. That is one of the major problems about these myths and about these legend claims, is the fact that all of these other religions, they show a lot of evidence that show too much reliance on Christianity. There is too much evidence showing that Christianity wrote resurrection and the virgin birth before these religions even showed up. Historical researchers believe this is because the evidence points to the fact that all these religions before Christianity was born never ever mentioned resurrection or virgin birth of any sort. Those writings came after the writings of Christianity. They showed up after the Gospels and after the epistles of the apostles. After all of these writings, that's when these religions started making these claims. Now, scholars explain that the reason why this is because Christianity was grabbing too strong of a hold upon people, and there was too many people just turning away from their ancient religions and going to Christianity. And there was a lot of businesses that were going broke because they couldn't sell idols anymore, which was a major business in those times. So these are evidence. These are some of the evidence. There's also a lot more that you can look into. Reinventing Jesus talks about this. If you have a chance to get this book, please do so. Gary Habermas and Michael Licona called The Case for the Resurrection of Jesus. This also has a couple of chapters that dedicate themselves on the myths and on the reasons why Christianity is more authentic than any other religion out there. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please stick around. I'm going to make some more, and that I'm going to present some more evidence for you that I would like for you to consider. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, please don't just take my word for it. Research it yourself. Look into skeptic remarks and skeptic writings, and also look into the responses for them. Don't just take the scholars' words either. Do your own research. Look into it yourself. Alrighty, and just go where the evidence points to you. God bless you guys. You have a good day.